Travel lovers, good to see you again with me. Go next. Petualang will take you today to the one of the beautiful cave in Halong Bay, Vietnam. Therefore, you need to get to Halong Bay first, by boat or by road. Then hire a boat or join in a tour starting your journey of discovering natural stalactite and stalagmite formations and colorful lighting. It takes almost 1 hour from the piers to the location which we are heading. Our tour guide is remaining us to sit and not to stand up in order to avoid police attention. And first, welcome drinks is local Vietnam tea which tastes unique, quite similar like green tea. And of course, not to be missed, their lager Vietnam Sapphire beers. Cheers everyone.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Cheers, everybody.
We are just about to depart, and she reminds us to be seated until at least few miles away from the piers before we can be at the open deck to enjoy the views. During our way to our destination, Halong Bay is undoubtedly one of the most popular destinations for both Vietnamese and international travelers. What's more wonderful, Halong not only boasts great scenery of blue emerald water and beautiful islets looked from a cruise, but also is home to so many stunning and splendid caves. One which must not be missed is the Thien Cung cave. There are more than 5 caves around, but most well known such as surprising cave, Thien Cung cave, which we visit now, dark and bright cave, the symbol of love cave, and the cave of wonder. The 2 stones that you see, it's what locals call chicken fight stones, if you see from the right angle. Now, the moment where we going to enter the gate, which well known as a gate of heaven. Each of Vietnamese spots with a fancy special name has its own related legend. Thien Cung cave is no exception. The origin of Thien Cung cave derived from Dragon King, who could create rain on the earth. One year, there was a severe drought. Crops failed to grow and gradually dried up. Farmers found it hard to survive and thought of asking Dragon King for help. However, the path to Dragon King's cave was so complicated and dangerous that many people lost their lives before they reached. In that village, a couple with their dog May were determined to seek Dragon King. May became extremely beautiful and charming when she grew up, which made Dragon Prince fall in love with her from the first sight. They got to the cave. Dragon King not only made rain to save people's crops, but kindly celebrated the most boisterous and lavish wedding for them, which lasts for 7 days 7 nights with non-stop music and wishes. In the last area of the cave, there are 3 ponds with clean water. This used to be the bathing area where May's 100 children took shower. When they grew up, May lead 50 children to go out discovering new lands, while the rest stayed with their father and contributed to the peace and development of Halong Bay. These children were believed to be Vietnamese ancestors. The stones just right in front of us is called Klein Puppy, as you can see the shape of the stones. Finally, waiting is end. We are just arrived at the cave piers. It's time to explore. The first of all, before entering the cave, you need to buy a ticket, which cost you around $10, more or less. But this time our entrance tickets was included.
I'll bring you to the cave. It's Kadek channel. We have one road detention over there.
Right.
We have to put the music now because we have put off the music beside.
From the entrance, you need to take a few steps up at just about 10 meters high to get in front of the cave. On both sides, you will discover a green views. The cave was discovered by accident in 1993. A group of fishermen were rushing and seeking a shelter to avoid the desperate storm when they were completely wet and scared to death. But some believe that this cave were found before World War happened.
It's the big Thai playboy, eh?
They slowly went inside, and out of nowhere, found out the stalactites inside, which looked like the shapes of dragon, phoenix, and 4 tall pillars, which reminded them of the imperial palace. They read from Persian tales. They had the feeling of getting lost in a heavenly palace, which originated the name of this beautiful cave.
No, seriously, what is this place?
Thien Cung Cave is a spot of sightseeing route number 1 in Halong Bay, Vietnam. Year by year, the jungle grew up and quickly hid the entry. However, its magnificence still lived in the locals' memory and adhered to the story about dragon family passing from one generation to the next by word of mouth. Not until recently has the cave been discovered once again. It attracted the curiosity and expectation of travelers who are interested in ancient beauty and systems of caves in Vietnam. The cave history, with super high ceiling sand, is home to a complex inner structure divided into numerous different levels and sections. Each part owns strangely shaped stalactites and stalagmites. There are reefer huge pillars, which had relief sculptures of bizarre creatures somehow like fish, birds, trees, and human daily life, stand there to lift the whole sky. Moreover, a giant and monumental picture of ancient characters in fairy tales with sleek and meticulous lines is located in the east side of the cliff. Walking inside the cave, you will hear the sound of drum as if in an old festival, which is actually the sound of wind blowing through the cavern. Under the arch of Thien Cung Cave, there is a cluster of stalactites hang down looking like a stone curtain. Some parts of the caves are not visibly accessible. Together with multicolored lights, it might be a bit scary and mysterious. One of the unique things of Thien Cung Cave is the varied shapes of stalactites, which can spark the imagination of visitors. As mentioned in the legend, the center of the cave was the wedding hall of Dragon Prince and Miss May. Invited guests were fairies from the heaven, dragons lively flying in the clouds, cute elephants lying beside, lions dancing, huge pythons slithering around old banyan tree, and giant eagles outstretching their wings. They were lithified, but the rambunctious and ecstatic atmosphere seemed vivid and lively until today. Leaving the cave, you will be astonished by a spectacular panorama of the whole bay. Then it's time to follow a short trek taking back down a set of stairs and return to your cruise and move out.
Oke teman-teman, kali ini saya sedang berada di dalam gua. Gua ini terletak tepatnya di tengah-tengah kayak teluk dia, kayak apa ya? Kayak pulau-pulau kecil gitu loh. Nah, kapal kayu tadi membawa kita ke tepat di depan mulut gua tadi. Kita hanya beberapa menit aja menaiki tangga, dan di dalam gua ini teman-teman bisa lihat betapa indahnya. Betapa indahnya corak-corak batu seperti yang di belakang saya ini. Seperti pilar yang menjulang tinggi sampai ke langit-langit gua. Sebuah keajaiban di dunia. Jika teman-teman lihat seperti yang di depan, di samping-samping saya ini, seperti corak apa ya disebut dengan stalagmit seperti kayak itulah dia coraknya. Seperti kalau dilihat seperti kayak semen, tapi ini sebenarnya bukan semen, tapi batu asli ya, batu alam. Bisa teman-teman lihat corak-corak batunya. Dan saya saat ini sedang berada di dasar gua, tepatnya di tengah-tengah gua. Tapi ada beberapa cabang atau apa namanya, kayak jalur mau ke tempat-tempat lain di sudut-sudut gua seperti itu. Teman-teman bisa lihat sekeliling saya ini pemandangannya luar biasa indah. Dan di setiap pojok-pojok gua itu ada jalan seperti teman-teman lihat yang sebelah sana itu. Orang-orang mendaki ke atas, itu ada jalan lagi, banyak jalan sebenarnya. Tapi saya berusaha ngumpul dengan teman-teman yang lain biar tidak nyasar, karena gua ini sangat besar. Gua ini sangat besar dan banyak lorong-lorong kecil yang membawa teman-teman ke pojok-pojok gua, pelosok-pelosok gua. Dan setiap lorong tersebut gua ini nyambung, setiap lorong itu menyambung. Tidak ada yang lorong buntu, mungkin ada, tapi kata guide tadi setiap lorong yang kita lewati itu nyambung. Jadi usahakan kita bisa kalau bisa bareng-bareng dengan tim, dengan grup tour biar nggak nyasar. Oke, tetap saksikan. Lihat di belakang saya, corak batu di gua ini menyerupai jamur, seperti jamur. Kalau teman-teman bisa lihat pas di belakang saya ini menyerupai jamur. Dan ini sungguh-sungguh indah, sungguh-sungguh ajaib. Dan setiap pojok gua, setiap lantai gua ini sama di atas batu yang menonjol di gua ini dikasih lampu penerang. Jadi teman-teman nggak usah khawatir pas lagi masuk ke gua ini, nggak usah khawatir kalau gelap atau gimana, karena di sini udah ada saluran listriknya yang menyinari dasar gua, atap gua, dan tebing-tebing gua. Jadi teman-teman bisa menikmati keindahan gua ini dengan sangat sempurna, dengan sangat jelas ya. Sangat indah, sangat ajaib kalau bagi saya. Gua ini katanya berdasarkan guide saya, gua ini ditemukan pada zaman sebelum peperangan, ditemukan oleh masyarakat lokal. Dan akhirnya gua ini terkenal seperti sekarang ini karena banyak sekali pengunjung datang dari berbagai negara untuk melihat gua ini seperti apa di dalamnya. Oke. Nah, di sini juga ada air mancur yang keluar dari dasar gua. Teman-teman bisa lihat Ini bukan air mancur buatan ya. Ini emang keluar dari batu di bawah sana ya. Kita dilarang masuk. Ini ada dikasih pembatas, tali pembatas. Karena setiap lantai gua ini sangat licin. Jadi kita harus ekstra hati-hati pada saat melangkah. Ya, tiada habisnya air mancur dari bawah. Ajaib kan? Oke, dan sekarang saya akan bawa teman-teman keluar dari gua ini karena gua ini memiliki pintu masuk satu yang awal tadi cukup sempit tapi di dalamnya luas sekali. Dan sekarang saya akan menuju ke pintu keluar dan pintu keluarnya bukan tempat yang sama tapi tembusannya berbeda. Yuk. Setiap tangga yang saya lewati, kanan dan kiri saya, depan dan atas saya dihiasi dengan bukit batu yang luar biasa indah. Oke, tetap ikuti kita sampai akhir perjalanan. Oke. Oke teman-teman, saya udah hampir di luar gua. Ini udah pintu terakhir. Teman-teman saya semua berada di sana. Oke, terima kasih udah mengikuti saya sampai akhir petualang. Sampai jumpa lagi di petualangan berikutnya. Terima kasih, bye.
Thank you everyone for watching our adventure. Don't forget to support this channel by clicking subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends. See you again at the next level of adventure.